UK Home Office recently released a statement of changes in immigration rules HC 1780, and this was published on the 7th of September 2023. The UK Home Office basically announced various changes to the number of visa immigration routes into the United Kingdom, and some of these changes affect quite a number of people cut across different immigration categories, and it's really important to keep yourself up to date on some of this information so that it helps foster your next decision when it comes to living in the UK legally. So if you'd like to know some of those changes that has been made recently, some of them will be put into effect from October 2023 and January 2024. So if this sounds like something you would like to listen to, please keep watching till the end of the video and also click on the like button. And if you're coming across my channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. The first update affects those who are on the skilled worker visa in the United Kingdom or the health and care visa. Now, before now, you can work extra hours, more than 20 hours on your extra jobs aside from your 37.5 contracted hours. And the new update is that now international or skilled worker visas in the UK are not allowed to work more than 20 hours. But in a situation whereby you need to work more than 20 hours, then you are required by law to contact the UK Home Office to make some changes on your visa that would definitely allow you to work more than 20 hours. So for those who are on a health care visa that has been working more than 20 hours extra, aside from the contracted number of hours, now you're no longer allowed to work more than extra 20 hours. Now, another major change made on the UK immigration rules is the removal of the right of administrative review for EU settlement scheme refusers. Now, initially, if you are being refused a visa in the UK, regardless of your visa category or the one you're applying for, you're allowed to go through the administrative review. And for those who don't know, administrative review is you submitting an application to counter the reason for the refusal of your visa application. Now, quite a number of people who have gotten refused for student visa, skilled worker visa, have been able to go through the administrative review. It takes quite a number of months to get a decision on this particular application. However, I've known quite a number of people who have been able to get a successful application after they submitted administrative review. So, but the major change now is that since 1st of November 2018, the EU settlement scheme, popularly known as EUSS, applicants who faced refusal based on eligibility or are granted pre-settlement status instead of settled status have been granted an additional avenue for administrative review. Additionally, there currently exists a right to an administrative review for decision to cancel EUSS status on specific grounds. However, from October 5th, 2023, those who are applying for EU settlement who probably got refused or got a pre-settled status instead of settled status are no longer allowed to apply for the administrative review. Another major change made on the immigration route into the UK is removal of NHS debt as a basis of refusing an electronic travel authorization application. So many people have been getting rejections on their application for ETA on the basis of probably they currently owe NHS certain amount of money for treatment they enjoyed while in the UK. And one of the things they've done basically is to remove this particular condition. So even if you've got an NHS debt, that would not be a reason for you getting a visa refusal. And for those who don't know, an electronic travel authorization, which is called the ETA, will soon be a requirement for people who do not have a visa to come into the UK. It will give you permission to travel to the UK, and it will be electronically linked to your passport. Now, this is for people who don't have a stay in the UK, they've got no visa category in the UK, and before you would need an ETA, you need an ETA to come to the UK for up to 6 months for tourism, visiting friends and family, business or study. You also need an ETA to come to the UK for 3 months on a creative worker visa concession, and you also need a ETA if you need to transit through the UK, including if you're not going through the UK border. You definitely need to have an ETA. So basically an ETA is just a travel permit that allows you to come into the UK or pass through the UK basically. So it's really an important document. So for those who are probably going to need this ETA, you definitely need to ensure that, you know, even if you don't owe, even if you owe the NHS debts, you owe them some amount of money, you don't need to be bothered about that, because your visa application would definitely be approved. Now, you would not need an ETA visa if you currently have a visa to enter into the UK. So for those who are on student visa, who are on skilled worker visa, or whichever visa category, high potential individual, global talent visa, you don't need to apply for an ETA, even if you want to transit through the UK to another country. If you have a British or Irish passport, you don't need to apply for ETA. If you have permission to live and work or study in the UK, you don't need the ETA to apply for any of this, to apply for the ETA application. So that's one of the changes that has been made in relation to the UK immigration. And another thing that has been made is the introduction of a new appendix children, and this is basically for those who are applying for a child dependent visa. Now, this child dependent visa is majorly categorized into different categories. I've got quite a number of people who have asked me, oh, who can apply for a child dependent visa in the United Kingdom? Now, there are three major categories for a child dependent visa in the UK. One is a dependent child of a person present and settled in the UK, dependent children of a person who has limited leave to remain in the United Kingdom, and also dependent child of an EEA national exercising EC treaty rights in the United Kingdom. So even for those who are on student visa, who are on skilled worker visa, global talent visa, those are people who are categorized under limited leave to remain. That means your visa has like an expiring date. So if you're applying for a child, or you're applying for your children, especially for those who are coming into the UK, who came into the UK for the September intake, of course, from January you can't bring in your dependents anymore. But for those who came into the UK for the September intake, and you're planning to bring your children in 2024, you must ensure that for your children who are below, of course, for a dependent visa, the child must be below 18 years. So if you're applying for a child below 18 years, then one of the things that was added is that you need to provide a document to prove relationship between parent and child. And another thing that was added to the child dependent visa is that you need to provide financial requirements to show that this child coming to the UK, either for a secondary school program or an undergraduate program that is below 18, has enough financial backing from the parents to move into the United Kingdom. So that's one of the major things that has been changed in relation to UK immigration and all. Another thing that was changed is to increase in the eligible age range and duration to stay for Australian and Canadian citizens on the youth mobility scheme, as well as addition of Andorra to the scheme. So a new country has been added to the youth mobility scheme. Now, those are the major changes that has been made in relation to UK immigration. And if you have any further questions, please state in the comment section in relation to anything that has to do with UK immigration, and I'll be happy to definitely answer those questions in the comment section. And if you're coming across my video for the first time, hit the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.